Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. And today we're doing your reading from mid to the end of October, plus the month of November. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to take a little bit of time off to take a class to enrich what I can bring to all of you, and just, so that I can take a little bit of a break and not be and focus on taking that class without thinking about, oh, I've got to get this reading done and that and that. But I didn't want to leave you with nothing, so I'm going to do mid to end of October. That will be one set of cards, and then the month of November will be a different set of cards. After I get done with all the messages, I will face the camera down to the cards and do a quick recap. So the moons. October 21st is a new beaver moon in Libra, bringing in some balance, right? And then on November 5th is a full beaver moon in Taurus, bringing us to thinking, making decisions and telling people that we're right, we want to do it this way kind of energy, beautifying our home type of energy, kind of earth, maybe wanting to be at home a little bit more around November 5th. And then the new cold moon in Scorpio, your sign. November 20th brings in a new moon, the new cold moon. It's cold where I am, and most of the moons were named by Native Americans, and so they were very tuned into the climates here. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get to your mid to end of October reading, and I'm using the Halloween Oracle because I only use that in October. Spirit gave you 2 cards. Most signs got 1, some got 2. But anyway, let's get into that and see what they gave you. Please remember, this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates and leave the rest. During my hiatus from YouTube, I will still be posting videos over on TikTok because I can do very quick videos over there, but I do quick, 2 to 3 minute readings for signs over there on TikTok. So if you'd like to, you can find me over there. My TikTok name is NSEH207_tarot if you'd like to check that out. Okay, first card out, Skull of Flowers. Looks kind of like a sugar skull, right? Creating through the ashes. Creating through the ashes. There is a sureness and yet a rawness to creating again, to starting afresh. Sometimes the universe gives us a blank slate to work from so we can build what we really want, rather than just settling for less. The Skull of Flowers celebrates not just a kind of phoenix energy, but an energy of success and full bloom through adversity. So this card is basically saying you're getting a fresh start after a challenging situation. And that challenge could be anything. You could get laid off from your job, or you could have some realization in your business that you need to do something differently, or, it could be many, many things. But challenges do make us stronger. And that card is basically telling you that when things kind of feel like they're falling apart, you got a clean slate and you can make it whatever you want. I know when we go through times like that, it's hard, but you get through it. I've been through many times like that myself. And on the other side, you look back and go, oh yeah, I never would have done this if that hadn't happened. Okay. And then look at that card. Oh my gosh. Joy, rejoicing in the present. And that is a very fall-looking card. There's a huge maple leaf behind her. There's a golden sun and beautiful orangey leaves falling all around her. It's time to find the joy in this moment and to find that joy more often. Should this card come up in your divination, it heralds the arrival of more happiness and profound joy into your life. This is a good omen. Actively seek pleasure and build more of the things that give you personal joy and laughter. So even when we go through times of adversity, we need to find the time to be happy, because the universe goes by feelings. And if you're feeling bad, sad, and upset, the universe thinks, oh, they want more of that. Let me give more of that. So we have to be sure that even when we're going through struggles, we find times to feel blissful and happy and joyful, whatever that may be for you. Okay, then with the tea leaf oracle, you have love. Love. Beautiful plant with hearts all around it. Beautiful white flowers. Love. Okay. Then you have lobster. Financial pinch. So mid to end of October, you could possibly get yourself into a financial pinch because of possibly an unexpected bill, an unexpected expense with your car, with your home. Maybe your taxes go up. I hope not. But, or your car breaks down and you weren't expecting to spend that money, something like that. Or, you have to rush you have a dental emergency, could be anything like that. But financial pinch, whatever that little emergency is, puts you in it, but you'll get out of it. Pineapple, reconciliation. Pineapples are a symbol of friendship, so you may be reconciling with somebody. And remember, the first card out was love. So there could be some sort of reconciliation that happens either with a friend or romantic partner towards the end of October. Beautiful Scorpios. All right. Let's see what we have from the tarot using the beautiful Gilded Tarot Royale for the tarot portion of your message. All right, let's see. What do we have for mid to end of October for my Scorpios to build on the messages you've already given them about rising up with a clean slate, about finding joy and bliss, about a reconciliation, Six of Pentacles, the Fool, new journey, and you're brand new in it. Wow, Ten of Cups, happiness, happy family, happy friendships, happy home. Love that. See, so maybe the new slate, the phoenix rising from the ashes, brings you to that happy family. Eight of Pentacles, that's hard work, focusing on one particular thing as far as in your work life. We'll look at all these, don't worry. I'm going to hold each one up to the camera so I can explain it a little bit more. But it looks pretty good. Page of Cups, that could be new love, or I'm feeling like that love and reconciliation has to do with that Page of Cups because Page of Cups is feeling some sort of new emotion, right? So, yeah. And then you have the happy family card again. Okay, Scorpios, so whatever it is that you go through, ultimately you're going to get to that very happy feeling. And you had that joy card in the beginning. So mid to end of October. Six of Pentacles. Sixes are harmony, but you can see how he's weighing up his money and his investments very carefully, but then some of them are falling through and not getting grabbed onto by the hands. So this is always a card that asks you to look at your finances, and you did have financial pinch there. Maybe that financial pinch comes because your money wasn't going exactly where you wanted it to go. That makes sense, right? The Fool is 0. This is a brand new soul, and you already had that Skull of Flowers clean slate card. So this is brand new. It's like 0. It's like you're at 0. Like every possibility is in front of you. Every possibility of what you want to create, where you want to go, who you want to be with, and what you want to do. And that definitely comes, that Skull of Flowers and the Joy card. Ten of Cups. More emotion. Tens are the completion of a cycle and the beginning of a brand new cycle. So completing some sort of happiness and happy home situation and then moving on to something else, something new with your family. Maybe you are actually moving to a new home. Maybe you're taking on a new job. Maybe your family is starting a family business, but something like that. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eights being mastery and infinity, right? And Pentacles being your work, what you do for a living. This guy is focused so heavily on that one thing that there's cobwebs growing on all the books as well as up here on whatever he's created. So sometimes that card is also a message on, let's say you're a painter and you've painted, 20 paintings and they're just sitting there. You're not selling them, you're not showing them, you're not doing anything with them. If you are a writer and you've written a book but you're too afraid to publish it, you are a musician and you have a bunch of clips of you singing that you're afraid to put on YouTube, that card can kind of be a catalyst to remind you, just put it out there. There's something for everyone, right? So, I'm feeling that really strongly, Scorpios. Like, there's some talent that you have that you haven't shared yet. And this could be the time to go on and do that. Page of Cups. Pages are novices or messengers. He's standing there with his cup. He's kind of thinking about emotionally investing in whatever this is, but he's not quite sure how to go about it, right? So it could be a new relationship. Yes, it could. But it could also be, because sometimes as a Scorpio, you sort of hold your emotions back. You definitely don't wear your heart on your sleeve, right? But it could be that somebody really needs to feel that emotional side of you. So that Page of Cups could be saying, all right, it's time to be emotionally open with somebody. Then you have this Four of Wands. This is sometimes called the 1111 card because of how the wands look. But you see that beautiful family inside that structure made of wands, that gazebo or whatever you want to call it. They are inside that. They are very happy. There's lots of light shining on them. Wands are action and passion. So this is kind of saying, what action are you going to take? How are you going to become action oriented and passionate about your happy family? Now, your family could be just 2 of you or 3 of you. It could be 6 of you. But whatever that is, you're being reminded with these 2 happy family cards here, the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. That is pure happiness, Scorpios. And it could be that you need a clean slate. Maybe you've just been feeling, how can I put this? Sometimes we get into a rut with things, and maybe you just need to jump in and take a fresh look at your entire situation, your family situation. Get a better look at it, right? And appreciate it a little bit more. And then you have Eagle. Soar high, lead with clarity and vision. I do want to mention that your sister water sign of Cancer got this card as well as the Lobster Financial Pinch card. So you may want to go over and check out that video if you have Cancer placements. Soar high and lead with clarity and vision. Yeah, you want to make sure that you have a vision, a clear vision about where you're going in work, because you have some work messages there, and family, right? Where are you going? Where is it taking you? This reconciliation that may happen in mid to end of October. All right, I'm going to pause the camera for a minute, and then we're going to go on to November. At the end, don't forget, I'll do an overview of the whole 6 weeks. All right, so just hold on here for a minute. Okay, welcome to the November portion of your reading. From the Tea Leaf Oracle, Hammock, taking a vacation, physically or mentally. All right, so maybe some of the things that you went through in October have you feeling like you're going to take a vacation. It is your season, so maybe you just want to take a vacation to celebrate, right? You may want to take a vacation to celebrate your birthday. Cracked Cup, dissatisfaction with life. Now, sometimes we get into this. Sometimes, like when we have a milestone birthday, we're like, oh, I thought we were going to be way further ahead. I thought we were going to have more in our 401k, blah, blah, blah. Don't get into this mindset, okay? So when you're feeling dissatisfied with life, you definitely need to take a vacation, right? But you also need to remember with Arrow that you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. This could be your career, it could be your home and family, it could be your children, it could be retirement, But Scorpios, you need to remember that, right? Take a vacation if you need one. If you're feeling a little bit unsettled or dissatisfied with things, take a vacation. It could also just be a mental vacation where you say, I'm shutting off all of my social media. I'm going to give myself a week and not do that. I'm going to just take a little vacation from that, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, November for Scorpios. Using the Pendragon Red Dragon deck. This deck that's done in the Welsh tradition, we're using for the month of November. Wow, my hair. I should have looked at my hair a little bit before I went on camera. Oh my gosh. Okay, for my beautiful Scorpios, what does November hold? What does November hold besides maybe a little vacation? Okay, new perspective on things. The Hanging Man. I think that's, yeah. The Hanging Man, where you grab onto something you think is glittery and golden, and then you find out that it isn't, right? You need to be comfortable in your own skin, Scorpios. You don't typically have trouble with that, but so seeing things in a new perspective. Wait a minute. I know they wanted that card. Three of Pentacles. Maybe some new thing in your career, some new joint venture with somebody. Because threes are creation and collaboration. Pentacles is work, career, money, things in the physical. Wow, those cards look similar. King of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, hitting the mark there. Pentacles. Something to do with work in November. Oh my goodness. These just shot right out of the deck. Two of Pentacles is a choice, and then the Star. Hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled. Yay. Okay. All right. So, first card out. So, you have number 12, the Hanging Man. 12s are a 3. That's creation and collaboration. So, this guy, he grabs onto that bowl and gets stuck there. And then he has to see everything differently. He has to see everything differently. So this kind of ties in with that dissatisfaction with life message that you had, right? You need to see it differently. Look at all the things that you do have, right? It also is a card of being comfortable with who you are and comfortable in your own skin. And then you have this Three of Pentacles. 3 again. 2 3s in a row, right? So you want to be mindful about what you can create and who you may be able to collaborate with. Something to do with work, because right after that is this King of Pentacles. He has created much beauty. He has put a lot of work into creating his retirement fund or what he does at work or his business, and he's ready to take a rest. This makes sense because you already had taking a vacation. So possibly you have already created much and collaborated on your business, your job, your work, your 401k. Maybe you need to take now. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you the feeling that I'm getting from Spirit. Maybe you have all that money in your 401k and you need to take a little bit out or take a 401k loan so you can go on a nice vacation and enjoy it. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying that that's one way that you could take a rest from all that working. 8 of Wands. Wands are action and passion. Okay? This is whatever that idea is that you want to do, it's going to be the right thing and it's going to hit the bullseye. It's going to hit the mark. And it's going to be very quick. Okay, so something coming in really quick could have to do with a job, could have to do with a vacation. Maybe all of a sudden you get this offer to go on a cruise and it's 50% off. And you say, wow, I would really love to do that. Again, just an example. Okay, more Pentacles. This time it's a 2. This is bound, and I said that about a cruise, and there's 2 ships in the background, right? He's standing on one foot balancing these pentacles. So that's the balance. Now, I don't know why, Scorpios, I'm getting it. So that's the balance between what you save and what you spend. That's what Spirit is telling me. If you need to do something, saving, okay, let me give you an example. I'm not saying this. So my mom retired 3 or 4 times and kept going back to work when she didn't need the money. She just kept going back to work, and like she was bored or whatever. And I said, Mom, you don't have to work. Enjoy things. Volunteer. Travel. Like, do things that you really want to do. Like, take a basket weaving class or just do things. And she just kept going back to work. When she finally retired, she passed away 8 months later. She was sick for 6 of those months. So she finally retired, had kind of 2 months of okay time, but she was already getting sick. And then she was sick for 6 months, and then she passed away. Don't waste time, right? Don't waste time. And if you have a little bit of extra money that you can use to have a good time and go on a great vacation, enjoy it now. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm giving you the feeling that Spirit is giving me. Spirit is giving me the feeling that you're saving for that rainy day when you really need to take that vacation now. I'm just telling you what they're telling me. Star. This is Aquarius. This is 17, which is an 8, which is in mastery and infinity. The star card tells you that all your hopes, dreams, and wishes will be fulfilled. It's also a reminder that you can fill those coffers up again. So if you did, let's say, take money out of your savings or your 401k, you still have time to put it back in. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so please, you use your own intuition. You study your own finances and figure out if that's something you can do, Scorpios. But this star card, hopes, dreams, wishes fulfilled. So don't let the dissatisfaction with life drag you down. Find a way to regroup, okay? Regroup, find the joy, like in your October one. Remember, you had that joy card. We're going to show you that in just a moment. Okay, so the animal oracle you have is 22. That is a master number, right? And it's 2 2s. Choice, right? Peacock. Revel with pride and beauty. Revel with pride and beauty. This is a reminder for you to notice and see the beauty around you, the beauty that you have in your life. Maybe it isn't 100% perfect. Maybe it isn't exactly the way you want it, but you still need to have all that joy and pride for everything that you've done and everything that you've created, Scorpios, okay? All right, I'm going to pause the camera, face it to the cards, and we're going to recap really quickly. Okay, so October is from here up, and from here over is November. All right, so first card was that skull of flowers, right? That clean slate, right? Creating through the ashes. So getting through some adverse situation or some challenge and then having a clean slate. The joy card, reminding you that you have to have joy and bliss in your life to attract more of it. And then we had love, right? Financial pinch and reconciliation, the friendship, love and friendship, right? And that unexpected expense that may come in mid to end of October. And you had the 6 of Pentacles. This is saying maybe your money isn't going where you thought it was. That could be what the financial pinch may be about. You may have to do some adjusting with savings or 401k. And we did talk about that for November. So looking at where your money is going. Maybe you put way more into savings than you thought you had, right? And you can now use that for that vacation. The Fool card, starting at point 0, right? And that Fool card, the placement is right directly under that skull of flowers, clean slate, rising from the ashes, doing something new. Happy family, that 10 of Cups, happy friendship, happy home, happy family, happy life, coming to a completion and starting something new. The clean slate going forward. Possibly something new in your home life relationship. Maybe it's that vacation we talked about in November. Then you had that 8 of Pentacles, where you're focusing really hard on one thing while wisdom and education are not being tapped into, as well as some of the things you've created are gathering dust, right? So look at those old paintings, those old videos, those old songs you've written, or what have you. This could also have to do with the money that you saved that's gathering dust when you could be enjoying it now. And then you had that Page of Cups, new in love, right? New in nurturing, some new emotion coming in. And then again, the happy family. And they're right next to each other. You know, the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands right underneath that. So something to do with happy, happy family, mid to end of October. Happy family and something to do with finances, some sort of new start, feeling very blissful. Okay. Then we move on to, oh, whoops, I forgot. The Eagle card was there too. Another two, choice. Soar high and lead with clarity and vision. So figure out how you can best lead with clarity and have a vision for your future after that clean slate comes in, right? Okay, and then we had November with the taking a vacation physically or mentally, the dissatisfaction with life that you may feel in November, you've got to get over that. And then the arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Could be love, could be career, right? Could be spirituality. The Hangman, seeing things in a different perspective, could have to do with your family or how you're seeing your life. Three of Pentacles, more pentacles coming in, right? With the Three and the King. That you have created much, and this kind of flows from October to November. The King of Pentacles has created a lot in his savings, his investments, his work, and he wants to take a break. He wants to take a vacation, which you got in your hammock card, right? The Three of Pentacles is creating and collaborating about how you earn your living and what you do with your money. This is coming from the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Something to do with what you've created financially. And then you have that Eight of Wands. This is fiery action, passion. It's the wands are above a huge meadow full of bucks, right? So maybe you're going hunting. Maybe this is a sign about that. I didn't even realize. I think hunting season is in November, right? But something that you're going to do is going to hit the bullseye. It could be creating that vacation, right? Or creating that space to have that clean slate. And then you have that Two of Pentacles. This is a choice. He's standing on one foot with those ships behind him, trying to decide what to do with his money. With his investments, right? With work, with his career. Some decisions, Scorpios, that you're going to have to make. Then you have that beautiful Star card. That beautiful Aquarius energy star card of hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled, of knowing that you can fill your cup back up if you use some, okay? And then you had 22, that master number, more choices, choice. You have to choose, right? Revel with pride and beauty. This was that message that you need to realize how much beauty is in your life, Scorpios. Really celebrate all the beauty in your life. Yeah, with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. Celebrating that beautiful family, that lovely job, that 401k, whatever it is. You just need to have this, right? Joy. Rejoicing in the present. They really want you to grab and understand that. Rejoicing in the present. Okay, my beautiful Scorpios, I hope this has helped. I will see you next time. Until late November, early December, you can catch me over on TikTok if you'd like. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.